back to the Misfit of Demon Academy Anime Review episode number 12. Yeah, this is the 9th episode of season 2 of the show, which is also the 22nd episode of the entire series. And it's known as A Prayer for 2,000 Years Later. That is the name of the episode. The episode itself covers basically chapters, from what I can tell, 54 to basically 61. Yep, that's as far as it covers. It's a pretty good amount. Now, mostly put, here's what happens here. We mostly have Abados and Misha spying on the Blaze King, who is actually, believe it or not, this character is actually still around. Yes. And you're thinking, really? He's still around? Yes, he is. As a matter of fact, he actually popped up early this season, so yeah, he's not dead. Despite what happened this episode, he's actually still around. And you're probably thinking, how? He's somewhat immortal. That's basically the explanation for it I can think of. Yeah, despite the fact he's been decapitated, he has head destroyed twice. And by the way, his body apparently is talking for him. Yeah, the body talks about the freaking head. I'm like, that's kind of weird. Yeah, this is kind of weird. And then basically, preparing so in the future, we see Avados and Misha watch them, and they fly off. And then something weird happens to the episode. Apparently, the color tint is toned down for the rest of the episode. It's like the first couple minutes are like this, basically like normal color we see for the series, very bright colors. And then it's like they tone it down for some reason. Oh, by the way, the main cast, right after this opening scene, the main character, he does nothing for the rest of the episode. And I do mean absolutely nothing. Here's basically what happens. Well, we do see the Kenon talking to Shin. Now, basically what he's planning on doing is something we see present with the whole fake Demon King thing. Shin not agreeing with it, but he does, think it's quite interesting. And this is something for later. Excuse me. Also, Conan kind of gives a lot of the idea of the fact she's in love with Shin, and she proclaims it to him. This is like he really wants to go reincarnate and be with, Avos. And then she's like, he wants to be with him. It's like, oh. And after some convincing, she's like, what do you want me to do? Do for you? She wants him to marry her. Yes. Despite the fact these two have known each other for a day, and she wants to get married because she's falling immediately in love with him. So, and he's, of course, I need to marry you back. Oh no, we're getting married right now. What ceremony would you like? Heart ceremony. Yep, and it's a great tree, and then we see our cast just standing there witnessing the wedding. Basically, we have the main character witnessing his right-hand man's wedding to the great spirit Mother Leno. Great ceremony. They chat basically of how he first met Avados, which is quite interesting. And then they apparently, off-screen, they had their wedding night, which means, yes, these two had sex. And then it's revealed, not long after this, that she is expecting child. Oh yeah, and by the way, this I thought was kind of weird. They spirits refer to Shin, because he's married to Leno. They refer to him as the Spirit King, despite the fact he hasn't to do the title yet. So, yeah, and of course, basically, he'll be back. Well, because he wants, despite the fact he's recipientless. So he goes back, about to reincarnated, he takes a note to the future, he takes it with him, and then apparently, the Blaze King comes back, and then sort of in a way, this I thought was really dumb for him to do. He kind of uses magic to remove the child from her womb, and presumably take it for himself. But look up she, and of course Shin comes by and stabs her in the frickin' mouth. Actually, back and head of the mouth. Then after getting rid of him, he'll be back. They're yeah, he's fine. Yeah, apparently the evil kings basically are unkillable. Isn't that weird? Yeah. So basically, they form like a carriage, basically like a basket for her, and he writes her name. Basically, he did mention this before that Misha will be the name of the if it's a girl, because Leno basically gave permission to name the child because basically he's one guy pregnant, so had to name the child, and he agreed. He basically, I think he said Gelid, if it was a boy, Misha was a girl, and she absolutely loved those names. And so basically, because it's a girl, Misha, right? It's her name with a sword on a basket, and basically this kind of like happened to come the Demon King, the Spirit King, excuse me, and then like right after that, then we have the main characters go back to present day after he's stuck in the past. Now, in case you're curious, though, how long ago did in fact they go to the past? It wasn't that long ago. No, not really. Like, if you're really curious, though, like, what was the first episode they actually went to the past? It was episode 6. So, yeah, they pretty much go to the past in episode 6. Actually, mostly, anyways. Yeah, in episode 6 is where they start doing this, anyways. Yeah, 6 is where this starts with. And then, like, 7 is where it continues. So this whole time travel stuff, this went on for 3 episodes. I think they did a good job with it. Yep, so, yes. So pretty much with this episode, if you're really curious, like, okay, since if they got to 61, by the way, these chapters are not that long, by the way. If you're really curious, though, like, how much is left of the book? There are 13 chapters left, and from what I can tell anyways, the next 3 episodes will definitely wrap up this particular book. Almost definitely. Yep. Yeah, basically, from what I can tell, they're going to wrap up basically adapting this very book for this first core, and then I think I did hear something that apparently, that I read a line here, that apparently they're going to cover the second half of season 2, covering book 5 of the series. Bless you! And you're thinking, really? Yes, really. They're actually books 5 and 6. Now 5 comes out next month, and 6 comes out. They actually don't have a release date for this one, but hopefully gets released before this next part comes out. Yeah, I hope so. But yeah, great episode. So there's that. So that's episode review. Next episode, Comic Corner, and then I'm basically going to do comic history, discussing a very interesting topic for this one. Yep. Next video. Bye.